Hello everyone, hope you can hear me and see me now, and hopefully you are not tired that much to listen for my last talk this afternoon. So what I plan to talk about in a few minutes is basically the order automation domain in general, the technology and architecture we use to do this actually, and then go through the domain. And sorry for the disruption. I will just quit this. I forgot about the Skype technology, right? So let's jump right into it. When I look for what we do from the high level perspective, the order automation domain is very similar to the usual concept of the order fulfillment in general. And in any other industries, there are patterns. They are very, very similar. You can take for example, the e-commerce industry and Amazon or food delivery on any other process related problems in general. There are always the same steps. You need to submit the order, you need to somehow process it and then deliver the value to the customer. It's just about the different levels of the abstractions as well as the kind of different level of the granularity. So if we zoom in to the some random solution from the Google, you can see it's just a bunch of activities where there are different rules applied, and these activities are mostly triggered by events. For example, you can imagine the ordering of the pizza, which triggers the kitchen to cook it and some the delivery service to deliver it. And it's very similar what we do actually. We have a booking submitted on the booking page or on the front page from the customer, then somehow store it into our systems, and then the processing goes in place. So we starting with the processing the order, the way that we are collecting the attributes, dealing with the most optimal way of ordering actually or creating the reservations or ordering or bringing the value. Then we go to run modules to go to the web, to the third parties where we create the reservations, create the tickets. When we consider everything is good, store the results, communicate to the customer, again, using our other services from other engineering departments. If there is some problem, we need to somehow bring another solution, retry it, or go with the fallback. Next to this, we are also working on a emails processing domain, where the problem is a bit different. The trigger is basically the email from the carrier. Then we process the emails and update the internal systems. All this in ideal scenario is happening automatically. So there's a brief walkthrough to domain, and let's talk about the technology. There is a quite of set of frameworks we use, quite different types of technology. I would name, for example, the RabbitMQ for the event-driven architecture, or the Postgres we rely on. We use mainly Python. We have also the team using the TypeScript, and you can see a bunch of other technologies here. All the fun is running on Kubernetes in Google Cloud. Regarding the architecture, we are running basically distributed system. This system consists of tens of microservices, which are together cooperating on the order processing. The whole solution is event-driven, oriented, and I would even call it like process oriented. Right now, we are in a stage that we are implementing something called microservice orchestrations. That means that it's a design where the service care of its own implementing a stateful behavior or a finite state machine, if you want. But where we are gonna get and what we are right now like challenging ourselves to do is to move towards the microservice choreography, where it's mostly about the way we control the whole flow. And so we are able to actually coordinate the actions, coordinate the system, what's happening, and to provide the ultimate visibility at each point of the process. Also, with this, it eases the whole process of testing. It implies the way of creating the services more atomically. And for us, it's an opportunity to improve also the data quality, where right now we have quite of like ETLs or pipelines, and we want to have a unified way of and unified interface for our data platform to gather the information from the system, from the process. If I move to the specific domains, I would like to mention a few of them we are working on. Is the main one, I guess, is the booking processing. Booking processing is basically the domain where the order processing journey starts and ends within our scope, within the auto booking track. It's a set of services which implements the business rules and all the strategy towards optimization and cost effectiveness. And it's actually implemented as the finite state machine in background. There are quite a challenges we are facing, which is, for example, the high availability to ensure that every booking, every order is fully processed. To move on, there is also web modules domain, which is our way how to being able to create reservations using basically any publicly available resource, as well as the partners or different channels. It's actually the core of the whole business. It's the place where we automatically doing what otherwise customer would need to do manually, and we are actually doing it much faster, right? And this way improving his overall experience. As you can imagine, we are facing a few challenges here, such as bot or anti-fraud protections. But in the end, the value for the customer is what we bring and what actually matters in the end. Next domain is the global distribution system, where the team is working on building a solution on top of the legacy system. The GDS actually stands for a global distribution system. It's a system using by many big players on the market to provide their content, but the system is quite old and the technology they are using are quite old. So we are building the wrapper, or you can imagine as API gateway on top of it to provide the modern API to the rest of our engineering teams and services which are working with it. Last domain I would like to mention is the emails and disruptions processing, where we are facing the main problem of processing the email, the content we are receiving from the carrier, and being able to automatically parse it, to automatically detect the change, for example, in case it's the disruptions, is some schedule change of the flight. So we can take the attributes, we can automatically parse it and provide these details further to our systems to continue with it. That's That's actually quite challenging due to the nature of the emails, which missing the standardized or machine readable format. So the main challenge is applying the actually the machine learning here to natural language processing, which is in discovery phase at the moment. So that would be it from my side. Hopefully it was bringing a value, and I would like to mention that as well as the others, we are hiring, and we have actually 2 positions open at the moment. You can see more on code.kiwi.com. Or if you are interested in more the domains, you can reach me through the email or LinkedIn. Thanks a lot for your time, and that would be it from my side.